What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a word from the ancestor read for the sign of Cancer. Okay, Cancer, what's good with you guys? You guys are first this week on the Zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you're doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so let's get in to your reading. You guys know how this goes. One from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle. Okay. So let's see what's going on in your energy today. We have the Sun, very nice. We have the Ace of Cups, double nice. And then we have the Tower, okay? Why? Okay, so, but I think this is a tower in a good way, okay? Um, However, the way that it's kind of came about may have been a little bit choppy, okay? And I'll explain why in a few minutes, okay? So let's start off with this Sun card, okay? I always love seeing when the Sun card comes out, okay, Cancer. Um, you have this yellow energy here, which I automatically pick up from the solar plexus, okay? Excuse me. You guys are possibly getting some enlightenment about something. Y'all, I am so sorry. It's probably a little bit of Palo Santo in the air. Okay. So, like I was saying, when this card comes out, I automatically feel the solar plexus. You may be birthing some ideas, okay? Your creativity level is possibly up if you're working on some projects, okay? Others of you, it could be a form of enlightenment as far as just life in general or a particular situation, okay? But these past 2 days, as you guys know, I've kind of been forewarning the signs this week. Particularly, you guys will be primarily affected because of the fact that you guys were picked for the Zodiac lineup this week. So you have the 10th that was a form of awakening, which was on Wednesday, and then the 11th, which was a form of enlightenment with double awakening, okay? And so you've possibly been opened up mentally and emotionally these past 2 days, okay? Because you have this Ace of Cups that's following right behind it, okay? You could be just overwhelmingly an abundance of love of some sort, okay? Whether it could be love of self, okay, or willing to offer love to someone else, okay? So very nice energy here. We'll, get some clarifiers out in a few. So then, like I said, with this tower though, okay, I'll hold this a little bit closer. You can see the Statue of Liberty here is like underwater, okay? And you have this tower here, okay? Usually the tower, I believe, is also considered Scorpio energy as well, okay? But there's obviously something major that has occurred, maybe a major awakening, like I said, in a good way, but it also was kind of choppy because as you can see, the water is kind of choppy, almost like a whirlpool in a sense around the Statue of Liberty's arm where the torch is, okay? It's a little bit choppy. And so maybe you've had to travel through choppy waters emotionally, you being a water sign. You could have Scorpio in your chart, okay? But it could have been a very rough or tumultuous time for you in regards to your emotions and things going and mentally going on around you, but something obviously had to occur, like a very hard epiphany, and maybe you've been getting hit with those a lot lately, okay, these last few days. So let's get into the clarifiers for you guys. We're already at 5 minutes and a half, okay? So one from the top for the Sun, one from the bottom for the Ace of Cups, and one energetically from the middle for the Tower, okay? Fingers crossed this week I don't have to do extra clarifiers for your ancestor read, but you never know, okay? And get that card there. This one fell, okay? So let's see what's going on one at a time with these, okay? So the Sun is being clarified by the Nine of Swords, okay? The Sun being clarified by the Nine of Swords. Like I said, possibly going through a lot of choppy waters. You have this Nine of Swords, which is usually talking about a form of worry or insomnia about something, okay? And so I feel as though, like I said, you've had some form of a breakthrough mentally, okay? Possibly having to re-jog your memory on things of the past. As we see this child here, okay, could be you having some trauma from your childhood kind of coming up for some of you. It's not for everybody. Get in where you fit in, okay? So, like I said, lately, possibly you could be having like late or have been having like early in the morning thoughts, okay? Sleep being broken based off of, you know, just emotional healing in a sense, from a form of enlightenment, okay? And so your sleep's been interrupted. You've been waking up maybe in kind of like cold sweats, things of that nature, okay? Hopefully you're not sick or anything like that. It's just some form of healing that you're going through mentally, okay? If you're doing a lot of meditations in reference to healing from past traumas, things of that nature, it is typical for you to kind of go through that, especially if you listen to those meditations when you sleep, okay? Try not to go too heavy on those. I try to do those only when necessary, maybe like once or twice a week if it's something that you're trying to heal from, okay? But that's just, you know, me personally, okay? More so look at things to kind of recenter you in the sense of healing your crown chakra. Focus on chakras primarily, one at a time. If you're going to focus on healing your heart space, do that for maybe 3 times, like 3 times a week, okay, for a certain amount of time or overnight, okay? If it's your crown chakra, only do that for one night, okay? That's just my personal opinion, okay? So let's move on to the Ace of Cups, where we have the Lovers, okay? The Lovers is clarifying the Ace of Cups. As you can see in this card, you have a couple canoeing on the river here, okay? But the Lovers is here, like I said, willing and ready, possibly Cancer, to offer love to someone, okay? After doing this healing and enlightenment on something, okay? Like I said, something either interrupted, possibly this union at some point in time, okay? Or maybe you have been kind of subconsciously in the background wondering about a particular connection, if it was real, whatever the case may be, okay? And so you've gotten your enlightenment on a lot of things, okay? Like I said, keeping you up late at night, possibly just in worry, again, kind of piggybacking off of your heart's desire reading in reference to fear of rejection in the rest of your energy this week. Okay, again, like I said, you guys, Cancer, have been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, but hopefully, I feel as though your energy is kind of like leveling out a bit. Okay, with the fact of these cards coming out today. Okay, so let's go into this Tower. The Tower here is with the Eight of Cups. Okay, the Tower here is with the Eight of Cups. I feel as though with the Eight of Cups showing up here, you're finally possibly getting away from whatever has caused disruption. Okay, possibly that turbulence in your life is over as far as emotionally. Okay, possibly whatever, for some of you, maybe the situation that occurred caused you to have to walk away. Okay, abruptly, because of the choppy waters that is in the Tower card. Okay, it could have been a abrupt departure from a particular situation. Okay, and so it's kind of time for you to return to it. Okay, I'm feeling like the card that fell, the top card, I'm going to take and put it on this Eight of Cups, because we have a Knight of Wands here that fell when I was trying to put the deck down. And so Knight of Wands is kind of talking about returning to this. Okay, the way that this is sitting here. That's your Knight of Wands. So kind of passionately wanting to return back to this, ready to return back to this love, like I said. Okay, doing this just for you guys, Cancer. I felt compelled to. The energy was telling me to. Okay, the universe was stating it. So we're also looking at the bottom of the deck just for you guys. Energetically, I think everyone this week is getting a little something extra this week in their readings. But you do have the Page of Wands at the bottom. Okay, but I don't feel as though this is like starting over. I feel like this was you in the past. Okay, this is possibly your past self. When you were venturing out, when it came to relationships. Okay, you were very passionate about wanting to start something anew, but you were, again, Page is like the lower suit of tarot when it comes to the Wands suit. Okay, and so you were just kind of starting. You didn't really know exactly what you want. Now we're at this Knight of Wands energy where you're a little bit secure in your desires. Okay, and you're being pretty much using your intuition, your drive to ignite you towards what you truly want. Okay, and what's true to you. Okay, and so that's why we have this kind of walking away, like I said, from whatever caused some kind of turbulence. It may finally be over for some of you, as far as whatever occurred recently, okay, or caused you to have a separation, or you guys there's no or, I'm sorry. Let's get into the ancestor oracles, okay? Because I literally just lost my train of thought. So literally just lost my train of thought in the middle of your read. Sorry. But hopefully you got the messages from that. So we're going to get into the Ancestor Speaks for you guys to see what your ancestors' advice is. So we can kind of wrap up your reading. We're at going on 14 and a half. And we're going to cut the deck and then refer to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so Cancer, bottom of the deck, you have Re-energize your life. Re-energize your life. I saw this card while I was shuffling and I was like, huh. And lo and behold, it ended up coming out. Okay. So re-energize your life. It says clear, positive space in harmony. Okay. This is very beautiful energy. It's nice to kind of round out your reading with this. Okay. Um, it's time for you to return back to which you left. Okay. It's time to bring harmony to the situation. It's time to cleanse and clear your space. Okay. If you do light incense or anything, I prefer um, dragon's blood incense. You can look that up. It is good for clearing out your space and bringing positive thoughts within. Okay. Um, and I usually kind of use it when I'm like also cutting energetic cords um, in a sense of disconnecting in a positive way. Okay. So, by all means, whatever you like to do, Cancer, if you're not spiritual, whatever you like to do to cleanse your space, by all means do so. Okay. So, let's get into the book. Re-energize your life. 76. Okay. I'm also hearing, it's time for you to return back to your normal, your routine. Okay. You've been completely the opposite of what you normally are. Okay. It's not just within relationship, but even platonic connections as well. Okay. It's time for you to return back to your usual self. It may be kind of hard, like I said, with this tower being here. Okay. But now it's time for you to return to that Knight of Wands energy. Okay. As far as being very driven, very passionate in regards to your life and who you are as a person and those connections that mean the most to you. Okay. So let's go into the book here. Re-energize your life. Clear positive space and harmony. The ancestors speak. When you feel emotionally overwhelmed, physically drained, or bombarded by negativity, take notice and make a change. Reordering your schedule, reorienting your priorities, or organizing your space will improve the flow of your life. If there are objects in your environment that trigger memories or feelings that lower your mood or confidence, remove them from view. You do not need to hold on to negativity from the past. Create an environment that is kind, supportive, motivating, and positive. And enjoy newfound energy and enjoyment. Okay? I'm going to also read the divinatory meaning, which says follow the principles of feng shui to balance the energy in each room of your home or office. This will help promote good health and abundance for you and everyone around you. Do not feel guilty for wanting to remove objects and negative people or situations from your life. When you clear out the clutter, you make way for new energy and opportunities. Okay? So, Cancer, clean up your space. Okay? Kind of get organized, restructure some things. I'm trying to slowly do that myself as far as my closet. Okay? Getting rid of some old clothes with, old energy on them. Reinventing myself in a sense. Changing what I normally would do, getting out of my comfort zone on some things, bringing some calming aids into the home is also helping change the air of my home. Even with my what I call lab, okay, which is like my secondary space, is where I create. And when I need to get away, I come into this space. Doing these readings is my peace, okay? And so doing that for yourself would be, you know, very beneficial. Look into feng shui. It is very, very useful. Um, there's other things that you could use as well, but feng shui may resonate with you if you enjoy that culture, that Oriental, Asian inspired methodologies of relaxation. Okay. It makes, I don't know why, but this card makes me want to go watch Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings for some reason. That movie was so dope. I always, you know, have enjoyed that culture. I enjoy all cultures, but I've always been like a fan of like kung fu flicks and stuff like that. Bruce Lee, one of my all-time favorites in martial arts. And so I don't know why, but that just that I don't know why that had to come out, but I truly enjoy that. So for some reason I feel like watching that. I might watch that tonight. And so it was a great movie. It really was. Nonetheless, back into your reading. Okay. Let's go to your angel messages. At the bottom, we have Maya. Okay, we have Maya that says schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Okay, so that's for, you know, another set of cancers, possibly, as it is completely separate from this. Okay, but then again, if you're looking into another culture or learning about another culture, it would be useful to you. Okay, so it's about your personal growth. So it kind of actually connects. Okay, so with that being said, Cancer, that's all that I have for you guys. We have one more reading this week. Tap into your souls is to tomorrow. So until then, peace.